Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. We are live. Yay.
We are live. We're live
Yes.
on everything, I think.
Yes.
I feel live this
Yes,
morning.
I do too.
Yeah,
Yes.
you with your new do, looking
Yes.
all like
Woo-hoo.
that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to up my game, y'all. I am Dr. Charlie, the book mama,
Stephanie Palmer, the grammar queen.
and we're here for a little writer's therapy this morning in January 2021.
Yes.
It is the 14th of January. We're
Already
almost halfway through.
Yeah.
I
First
know,
month.
that's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, so shout out to my son Tanner because he turns 20 tomorrow.
Woohoo. Yay.
He'll be 20 in 2021.
Awesome.
I just thought about that. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so he will probably never watch the show, but hey,
Yeah.
all of our fans
you
can
know you
say
said it. Yes.
that I did the right mom thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is Writer's Therapy, where we give tips to aspiring authors, and we therapize you because we are self-proclaimed therapists.
Yes. Book therapists.
Book therapists, absolutely. And writer's therapists.
Yes.
Writer's therapists. Because writing can be so tough.
Yes.
So we're going to have a really interesting show today. I'm pretty excited about it. But before we tell you what it's about, I would really like for you to like us and share us.
Please show us some love, give us some hearts, something.
2021. So why don't we have 21 new viewers?
There you go.
I would love for 21 people to share this with a friend.
Yes.
21 new people who are wanting to write a book in 2021. I think that would be a great goal.
Or if you just want to laugh and have fun.
Yeah, cut up with us today because we
come.
love to cut up.
Yes.
That is like what we really do the best.
Yeah.
Over anything we can cut up. Okay, so today's show.
Yes.
I'm so excited about this. All right. 10 things that you can do without a professional, but you should not.
Yeah.
All right, ready? 10 things that you can do without a professional, but you should not. All right, so we kind of had fun preparing for this.
Yes, we did.
We had a few laughs. So number 10, we're going to do this late night television style. We're going to start with 10 and go down to number 10. Do not do electrical projects.
Yes, if you are not an electrician, if you are not a professional, do not get the bright idea to do electrical work.
Yeah, don't rewire your,
Please don't.
1920 house without a professional.
Please do not.
Yeah. So, my husband does a little electrical work.
Okay.
Like he can do it a little bit.
A man of many talents,
He
right?
is a man of many talents, yeah. But when it comes to that big, heavy duty, like the big jobs, he's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
He's like, he can hook up a new ceiling fan. He can put in a new plug. But when it comes to the big jobs, he's like, no. We need a professional.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Number 9. What is it?
Plumbing projects.
Plumbing.
Like any DIY house projects, I would not take on if you were not a professional.
Oh, but I do some of them.
Well, you can have all of that.
Okay.
I would rather spend my time on things that I enjoy doing as opposed to things that need to be done. So I don't mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
don't mind
right. Yeah.
putting that off on someone
But
else.
plumbing.
Yeah.
If you mess up plumbing, you might have a mess.
Yeah.
The
probability is really, really high.
Ooh, it could be really a stinky issue. So I would highly suggest hiring a plumber.
Right.
Okay. Number 8, major car repairs.
Yeah, don't do it. No.
If you don't, now I'm going to put this out there. There are some guys who've been tinkering with their cars since they were, in diapers. And that's their passion, and they have that garage, and they've got all the tools and all the things that they need, and that's what they do. And that is awesome.
Yeah.
I have some friends like that. But if you were to look at the percentage of people that actually know what they're doing compared to those who do not,
right.
Our suggestion is, even though you can do it without a professional, you should not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Before we even go to the next one, you said a word, and I just want to even highlight that word. You said passion. If it is something, so disclaimer, if it is something you are passionate about, Learning about it would be essential. However, waking up one day to randomly search YouTube videos
Right.
is probably not the best thing to do.
So do you sew?
I do not. I sew a button. I can, yeah.
But like not with a sewing machine, like
Mm-mm.
sew a pattern.
No, I
Right.
I attempted to learn at some point because it was something I was passionate about. However, the more I started to realize, do it, the more I realized that it was not as passionate. It just sounded like a good idea. Like
There are a lot of DIY things that sound like good ideas. We are popping the top on it. Sounded like a good idea today.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah. So I do actually sew. And when I have time, I'm passionate about it. Did you know that?
I don't think there's anything that you haven't done. Like
no,
there is.
There is. There is.
No,
But I actually do have a sewing machine, and I actually like to sew.
That's awesome.
I'm passionate about it. But if you want a big job done, a professional is a good idea. Yeah. So, okay. So the next one,
concrete
number
work.
7.
And those all go to me under the house thing. Like I just look at all of that as umbrella.
Concrete work.
No housework for me.
Yeah, concrete work.
Yeah.
It sounds like
easy on.
Oh, you just get that bag of Sackcrete,
Yeah.
dump it in a bucket with some water.
No. It looks easy on HGTV.
I know.
Yeah, it's like
I know.
but
it
yeah,
looks easy on HGTV.
all of that does when they do it.
Yeah. So, but it's not.
No.
I know this from experience. I should never have done that.
Avery Taylor.
Yay,
Hey,
Avery. I hear that we have Avery in the house with us. Okay.
Yes.
So, Avery, if you have done a DIY project that you should never have attempted, you share it with us because we'd like to know what it was.
Yeah, that would be
All right. So, number 6 on our list of things you can do without a professional, but you should not. Represent yourself in court. Serve as your own attorney.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it. Step
Yes.
back from the witness stand.
Please
You do
do.
not
Yes.
need to
Yeah.
represent yourself in court. Okay. Even a licensed attorney
Right.
will not represent themselves in
Yes.
court. Well, I guess they do sometimes, but
Right.
it's not wise.
Yeah.
So
Well, at least they know the
They at
stipulations
least
and
know
they have
the law.
the baseline of what is
Right.
needed, but you definitely need to have some.
okay, so I have to pounce movie stuff on you sometimes.
Okay, go
Did you
ahead.
ever see My Cousin Benny?
I did not. Is that what?
Ah!
Like,
Okay, that's
I did really good last week,
You
and
did.
then you like blew it on me.
You really should. That should be your movie goal for the weekend is to watch My Cousin Benny. It's a riot.
Okay.
It really is. I'll write it down for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Jared and Palmer would say, "Oh my gosh, she needs to watch that movie."
like when was it produced? Like when was it
Like,
made?
1980-ish.
I don't know.
Maybe
My TV will pick that up.
1990s. Maybe 1990s. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just really good. It has
Okay.
is it Marissa Tomei in it, and they're from they're from New Jersey, and it's just really good.
Okay, I'll put it on my
And
to-do
they end
list.
up in Mississippi
Oh.
in trial.
Oh, okay.
It's great. It's great. Okay.
I hadn't watched it. Okay.
So anyway, okay, number 5.
Teach yourself to fly an airplane, or fly an airplane.
Or a helicopter.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
Anything that flies, uses mechanical stuff, and takes you off of the ground and defies gravity probably needs an instructor.
Yeah.
A professional,
Yes.
experienced
Yes.
instructor. If you are going to defy gravity, I would not suggest trying to teach yourself how to do that.
Yeah.
I've never done this personally, but it's because my mama taught me well. I just knew
Right.
that there are some things I should not teach myself. And we had this was a contribution from our editing team, so we were very amused by that
Yes. Yeah.
one this morning. Number 4, this was yours.
Yes, this was mine. Cut and color your own hair. I have seen too many DIYs gone wrong, and you end up having to invest more to fix it than if you would have just went and let a professional do it. So shout out to
Right.
my stylist. She did a phenomenal job, and it was something that I would not
Yeah.
have been able to do for
And
myself.
she did do a
So,
phenomenal
yeah.
job. Now, I will tell you that occasionally, as I am walking through a retail establishment, I will see Rainbow Bright, except Rainbow Bright was a doll, and that's a real person. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you should have gotten some help with that. So kudos, an A for creativity,
Right.
but an F for success. So, really, there are just some things that you can do without a professional, but you should not. Okay. All right. Number 3, cut down large trees.
Yeah, not doing it.
Okay, so if you happen to live in the desert, if you happen to live in a large metropolis where you are not going to have a tree issue, congratulations. For those of us who live in the middle of the piney woods, like the national freaking forest, you should know that you should never cut a large tree down by yourself.
Right.
Yeah, there's the whole concept that it might fall on you, but there's the other concept that it might fall on your neighbor's fence. It might fall on your neighbor's house. It might fall on your neighbor's dog. That's a true story. I know it happened. So that's a true story. I had a friend cut down a tree and it killed the neighbor's dog, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
It was
Tragic.
so sad, but
Was it?
many years later, I'm kind of chuckling about it. But you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
You
please
don't
don't.
want to do that. Do not cut down large trees by yourself. This is one of those things that you can do with a professional, but you should not. Okay. What's the next one?
Do your own, conduct your own surgery, or I even say give yourself a medical diagnosis. None of the above. Do not. You want a professional.
No WebMD.
Yeah, no WebMD.
Yeah.
Do not use
No one
WebMD.
gets a
No.
degree from WebMD.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Mm-mm. Right.
I mean, I understand that there might be some helpful general information on there. But if you feel like that you have looked at WebMD and you fall into a category that it lists, maybe you should call a professional.
Then call the professional.
Yeah, don't.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder those ladies at the doctor's office, how many times they get a phone call? I need to see Dr. So-and-so because I have blah, 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 blah. And they're sitting there going, and where did you get your medical degree?
Right.
How do you know you have this? Or have you ever, I have actually watched this happen. Like people will be with the doctor and they say, well, doc, what it is this. So you need to give me this test. And I love how they just skip over all that medical school the doctor had
Absolutely. All
and
of
just
it.
help them do their job. And then they're still going to have to pay them. Make them
Right.
earn their paycheck.
Yes.
Like let them play like a doctor.
Right. Something. Yeah.
Right.
Instead of doing it yourself, for
right,
sure.
Instead of doing it yourself. So, okay. So those are 9
Yes.
of the things that you can do with a professional, but you should not.
Right.
But there is one more.
Yes. The big one.
Dearest grammar queen, what would be the number one thing that someone should not do without a professional?
Publish your own book.
Oh, say that again.
Publish your own book.
Oh, do it again.
Publish your own book.
Oh, I love it when she says stuff like that.
Right.
Okay. So, yes, you should, you can do it.
Yes, it can be done.
There are at least 2,167,407. That's a random number. Courses online
Yes.
that will teach you how to do that.
Mhm.
There are YouTubes. There are, you can go in person. You can go on recorded. You can probably do like by mail, like
Right.
a course by mail. That's for someone from my generation. There's all kinds of ways that
Right.
you can learn how to publish your own book. Well, it's just like WebMD. Just because you have the information, just because you have instructions, doesn't mean that you are encroaching on success.
Right.
It means you're going to spend a lot of time trying to learn what we do. We have a lot of years writing and editing and publishing. I mean,
Yeah,
there's something to be said
absolutely.
for a professional.
And you just I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Is that, yeah, you hit the nail on the head, because
That's a good euphemism.
there you go. Woohoo, yay for me. Because it all goes back to time. Time and money. Those are the two greatest things that we will invest. I choose to invest my time on things I enjoy doing and
Yeah.
things that I'm passionate about. If you are not passionate about
making
learning,
snickerdoodles.
making snickerdoodles, yeah.
She's really good at that.
And I like the whole memory thing with the kids, but it's not something I guess I'm passionate about as far as baking. But I would rather invest my time on things that I enjoy doing. So that in that instance, I enjoy spending time with my kids, so I invest in.
And you enjoy making me snickerdoodles.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Yeah,
And the whole team here.
yeah.
That's
I
I'm
do
just
that, yeah.
putting that into the atmosphere prophetically that she loves making us snickerdoodles.
I will pray on that. So
Y'all think she got that? Y'all think she got that message?
yes. So with that said, it goes back to and let's even before we even put the disclaimer out there with publishing a book, let's go to business. Everyone wants to start a business, and you can go online. You can all of the knowledge and information is literally at our fingertips. But it's about the time that it takes. Why not, instead of doing all of the above, why not go to someone who has learned the skill to do it? Now, it could teach me, it could take me 3 or 4 years to learn how to actually successfully fly a plane, or I can go online and buy a plane ticket, invest in a plane ticket to get from one location to the other. And I've saved myself a lot of trouble and headache. The same goes with everything else. With business, I love taking pictures. I have over 5,000 pictures on my phone, but guess what? I am not a professional photographer. That's something I'm passionate about. I haven't learned how to do it, so I'm going to hire a professional when it comes to my pictures. The same thing goes for publishing a book. You can do it. It can be done, but it's sort of like borrowing our knowledge. We are gifting you our knowledge as you invest in us to do your book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fair trade. It's a win-win. Like one of our core values at Self-Publish in 30 Days. It is a win-win. You are investing in us, and in return, we are giving you a beyond satisfactory product that you will be proud to go and market. Because that's where a lot of time there's people that we've had multiple people come in and say, well, I had my book done, but I had to get it taken off of Amazon because I just didn't like the way it was done. I didn't like the cover. I didn't like this.
So can I dive deeper?
Go ahead.
I want to dive deeper.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I just, and this is just something that I personally have lived through. So I have been writing and editing for 25 years.
Right.
It's 2021. That makes 25 years. I've worked in corporations. I've worked in small businesses. I've worked in public schools. I've worked in higher education. I was a professor. I've worked in nonprofits, and I've worked in ministries. In every single one of those, you have a different style of writing for different situations. Okay? Whether you are writing a proposal, whether you are writing a newsletter, whether you're writing, blast emails, blogs, marketing copy, everything is different.
Right.
And if you haven't written it, you can't edit it. Mm-hmm. And just because you have experience writing and publishing or editing a newsletter, and when I say newsletter, I mean newsletters like from universities. So I used to be the editor of a newsletter at Stephen F. Austin State University.
There's not too many things you haven't done.
Okay. There are plenty. She's just the president of
You just
my
haven't learned how to
fan
fly a
club.
plane yet. That's all.
No, but it's on my bucket list.
Okay, well, you go ahead.
Anyway,
I will not be on that plane.
But I'm going to hire a professional. I just want you to know. Okay. But just because I was the editor of a newsletter didn't make me qualified to be the editor of a book.
Mm.
And so many times we have people say, oh, well, I have my own editor. My own editor edited this. And that's good because they may catch grammar mistakes.
Right,
They
yes.
may catch sentence structure things, but they don't know some of the little tricks.
Mm-mm.
They don't know that everything you were taught about paragraph length in grade school is wrong when you're publishing a book.
Yes.
When you're writing and editing for a book, they don't know that everything you learn from Mrs. Klein in 7th grade. Shout out Mrs. Klein if you ever watched
I thought
this.
you were just throwing a random
No.
name out there. Okay.
Nope, she was my 7th grade language arts teacher. She taught me grammar. She taught me how to diagram sentences. I hated that, but I'm grateful now. And but literally
Yes.
everything I learned about paragraphs is now different because I'm in this industry and it requires something different.
Yes.
That's what I mean about a professional. You've heard of a shade tree mechanic. Don't hire a shade tree editor.
No, okay, expound on that because I didn't know what that was.
Okay,
so.
shade tree mechanic is someone who they know a little bit to tinker with their, well, here in East Texas, you know just enough to play around with your truck and get it running.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
But you're not really a mechanic. It's called a shade tree mechanic because you don't even have a mechanic shop. You work out under the oak tree
I
or
learned
the
something
pine
new.
tree.
You're so smart.
I'm just older. So, but it's the same concept.
Right.
Don't hire a shade tree editor. I didn't say shady. I said shade tree. Don't hire an amateur editor because they're going to do all kinds of things, and they may even give you tips on how to write certain content, and they could be completely wrong.
Right.
Just because, here's another one. I love this. We have had authors who, well, my baby's in college, so I got them to edit my paper. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I have four, I'm going to show all my fingers here, 4 in college. I get it. They should be able to write. But just because you're writing a book doesn't mean that it needs to be an APA style or MLA style or
Right.
Chicago style or any of the other styles that any of those professions said that you have to have. Oh, thank you, Joyce.
Yes,
She
thank
says,
you, thank you.
yeah, shade tree mechanic. Oh, Joyce knows what a shade tree mechanic is. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. So, and yes, she is. It's coming out tomorrow. No Backdoors for
Woo-hoo,
Me.
yes,
Her book.
yes.
Go, Joyce. And we did. She got a professional. So that was just my deep dive. Like,
Gotcha.
it's
But you said something when you said it. Shortcuts.
yeah.
We want shortcuts. We want the microwave, get it done. I'll throw it together, put it out there, and you end up having more regret later on, and then you're not even promoting yourself
Right.
because you've done a job halfway, or you just had anyone randomly throw something together trying to get a shortcut to hurry up and get it done. It's go ahead and make the investment.
It's like putting new tires on your truck and you don't tighten the lug nuts well enough.
Mm,
Do you know what might happen?
the tire's gonna fall off.
Your tires might fall off.
You're not gonna
We
get
don't
anywhere.
want you to have it. I'm really proud that you knew that. So
I was just guessing, but I just kind of figured I was in the.
she knew what a lug nut was, y'all. So but
I just knew
it's-
if something wasn't tied on a tire, it was not going to stay on. That's where it came from. So,
But
yeah.
the truth of the matter is that you don't want to risk the tires coming off your car. You don't want that to happen with your book either.
yeah. So even expound. Tell me what do you deem a professional is? Like what is a professional?
A professional would be someone who not only has experience and training, but proof of quality product.
That's good. I like that.
Thanks.
Coin that. Write that down. No, but really, that's how I see it too. And I know Darren, he talks to several clients or potential clients, and he tells them like, this is what we do all day. I said, who was it that said that it takes roughly 10,000 hours to be qualified as an expert? Can't think of who.
I don't know who said it, but they were
anyone
probably
knows
an
it,
expert.
Yeah, they were expert at knowing what an expert was. So if whoever knows, hey, drop the name in the comments, because it takes time. You build up that momentum. When I first started, I know I definitely wasn't where I am now, but I wouldn't be trying to do it by myself either at the very beginning. We had people come in that were trained, that were able to share and give. I didn't just, wake up like this. I actually learned and invested the time, and that's what it takes. And a lot of people, you don't have the time. Life is happening. You've got kids, you've got all this. So instead of trying to get on YouTube and figure out how to, do marketing and branding, hire someone that does that. Joyce Johnson is phenomenal at sales. Guess what? I'm not. So if I know that I want to be able to invest in Joyce because she can help me with sales, if that's not an area that's a strength, if that's not something that you do on a regular. So just being able to connect with other businesses and other people to collaborate and save time. It saves you time, headache, frustration, and everything else, because you have someone that's done it and they do it daily.
Right. Guys, and we're not dogging people who really want to teach themselves a process.
Right.
I'm all about
Absolutely.
personal growth. I'm all about personal growth. But again, we live in a Happy Meal society.
Absolutely.
And everybody wants a great deal in a pretty package that tastes great. That's just the bottom line. I don't even eat Happy Meals, but
me either.
It's the concept.
Right.
We live in a Happy Meal society. And I think that we need to be very careful that the things that really count, if you're going to put in the time and the effort to write a book, that takes time and energy and effort. Then I think that you should go the distance. Absolutely. And you should hire a professional to help you edit it and publish it, because you wouldn't put all that effort in to not make sure that the product in the end is quality.
Right.
Why? Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yep.
So if somebody has wisdom on that, you need to let me know, because there's no point A to point B in my brain on how that would work. You have to have quality in the end.
Absolutely. And then even like what you had shared, my thoughts, they just traveled. But it just goes back to the investment piece of investing in someone who does it. Like you've got to, and then that's what I was going to say. So someone writes a book. Say you go through the process to write a book. You realize the work that it takes. You still have no concept of behind the scenes, but then because you've written one book, now you want to help everyone else write their book, and you have no concept of behind the scenes. Like no, but then, and that may be your passion. That may be the business you want to start, but just because you've done it once does not qualify you to do it for everyone else. And then once you realize that, you get in the business, you realize that, it takes a whole lot more than, all they see is the pretty covers and the polished, edited versions. You have no idea the behind the work that it takes. And that's with any business. Photography, you have the editing, you have, all the different lenses, you have all of those different things. I've started studying and researching, but, haven't. But still, you want to make sure that you're having a professional do it as opposed to you doing it yourself.
One of the things that you would probably be surprised at, editors actually have their own language. And it's true with any profession. You can say, you might have jargon that you use, professional jargon that is standard for that industry. I could go right now and sit in a hospital and listen to nurses talking, and I wouldn't know. They might as well be talking about steak and taters, because I have no idea what they're saying. But even editors have certain jargon and certain things we're looking for, we're talking about, and we can fire those things across the room and share and talk and double check ourselves and everything. And we know what we're talking about, but someone
Right.
who really has no professional experience can walk into the room and they don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
And you want that kind of professionalism behind your project, whether it's for ministry, whether it's just personal edification, whether it's for your business, especially for your business. You
Right.
really want someone who knows what they're doing, because especially for businesses and ministries, nonprofits, they are expending their time on so many other valuable areas. Don't waste your time doing something you don't know how to do.
Right. Yeah. Especially if you
someone
don't
to
have
help
the
you.
time. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if you have all the time in the world and you're retired and you want to, spin your wheels, figuring it out, go for it. I mean, because it's something, it is a value and you will learn. So you are growing and that's great. But 9 times out of 10, I know
Knowledge
majority of-
gained
yeah,
is always
yeah.
good.
yes, the majority of the authors that we have do not have the time to be able to figure out and facilitate
Right.
how to do everything. And that goes with, you have different professionals in different arenas, which I would consider to be like solopreneurs. So you do have out there, editors that just edit. You have freelance editors. You have cover designers. You have all these different, entities of people that even if you were to publish your own book, say you write it, you want to learn how to publish it, you're still going to have to go to all these different people. So you're outsourcing so much more time and more work as opposed to doing how Self-Published in 30 Days does and get everything. It's a one-stop shop. So you're getting the benefits of a traditional publisher, but at the self-publishing experience.
And the great part is because we are a one-stop shop, we actually work together as a team. We literally meet together on a daily basis. And the great part is that although I may not be part of the design team,
Right.
I know certain things that they need, or I know certain things that they're going to be looking for. So when I'm in the editing phase, I can go ahead and automatically begin to incorporate those or plan ahead for those things. And that's not in a book anywhere.
Mm-mm.
That's not in a book anywhere.
No.
They're just things that's that undefined definition of a professional.
Right.
It's someone who understands all the stakeholders in a production process and can implement those other processes into their own.
Right. And then even like what you said, so say you're the primary editor for, Susie. Okay. Well, Susie's working on several components because there's layers to the publishing process. So you're able to update Susie on the status of her cover, even though you're not working on the cover, but because we're a team, because we work together, we're able to, communicate with one another. That way there's one call per week or bi-weekly, however the author chooses, and you're updated on the status of the entire project, not just one piece, not where you're having to email 5 different people to figure out who's doing what and when it's going to be done and tying it all together, because that's our joy. It's not our job. It's our joy to package it together
Absolutely.
for you.
We get so excited when we see the books.
Yes.
It's
like
just
Christmas.
as exciting for
Yes.
us as it is for our
Absolutely.
writers. So, man, we've like really forked out some wisdom today.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's the new hair for me.
It's the new hair. Wow. Okay. I'm going to have to work on that. Next week, you won't be able to contain me. I'll show up with new hair.
All
and
right,
new
there
wisdom.
you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, guys, we really appreciate all of our authors. We've had a few on there today. We've had Avery Taylor. We've had Joyce Johnson. There may have been others that I just don't realize, but we are grateful for you. And we are excited that we get to work with such amazing people.
Yes, absolutely.
If you are interested in a book or you know someone who is, please have them contact us here at Self-Published in 30 Days. Make sure that they say, it's those gals on Writers Therapy.
Reference
They
us,
inspired me. They made me believe that I could do this, just because we need validation from somewhere.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
please.
so anyway, we would really appreciate it. We look forward to visiting with you, consulting with you, and talking about your new book.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.